Hi ROS developers, and welcome again to this ROS project series. In this video series we're going to talk about OpenAI, and if you want to learn anything about ROS, TheConstruct is your channel. You can find topics about navigation, drones, autonomous cars, anything you can think of related to ROS, you can find it here, with videos of around 5 minutes like this one, or more lengthy and deep videos like this one's of ROS DevCon and ROS Developers Live class, for example, which talk about more in-depth topics. So please check it out because you'll learn quite a lot. So I'm Miguel Ángel Rodríguez, and in this video we are going to start a new series, talking about OpenAI ROS package. So this is a ROS package that we are developing, and the objective is to make the use of OpenAI and ROS very easy. So this video series go in conjunction with a new course that will be available in the near future that will explain with a lot of details how this works. In this video series we are only going to apply it with different robots. Okay, so all the code I'll be showing you, it's here. I'll post it here in the master branch so you can download it and have it. And just one thing, if there's some topic that you don't get or you have doubts, please check out RobotIgniteAcademy. That talks about a lot of topics of ROS related and step by step. So check it out if you have doubts, because I'll talk about a lot of topics and some of them may be too fast. And especially OpenAI Gym for Robotics 101, you learn the basics of OpenAI. And here we'll post also the new OpenAI ROS package course that will explain step by step how this works. Yeah, so without further ado, let's get started. So first things first, we are going to use ROS Development Studio for this, and I've already created a project for the purpose, but you can create it with this button, create new project, and you just have to start it. Once you have it, I'll leave the link of this project so you can use it. You don't have to download anything, you'll have it straight out of the box. But basically we are going to start here. So I'm going to close things that we don't need for the moment. So there we go. I'm going to start the IDE. We'll put it in another tab. And now we're going to start. Let's start by this. So all the code will be here. So as you can see, I have loads of examples, but we are going to concentrate on this folder, which is basically this Git that we have here. Okay, so let's create it step by step, shall we? So the first thing is I'm going to run a shell. And capkin, create a package, okay. And I'm going to just copy the same, because I'll be copying and pasting the code to show you. And we only have two dependencies, ROS.py and OpenAI ROS, which is this package here and this one. and I've already downloaded it, so I have it here. You just have to download it and use that master branch, which is the stable one. Okay, once we have it, we now go here and we delete this because we don't need it. Yeah, and we're going to create some folders: launch, scripts, and config. Perfect. So the first thing, what are we going to do? We are going to work with the Turtlebot2 robot in this video. Okay, so the first thing is, okay, what are we going to do? Well, I want to use OpenAI ROS to make Turtlebot2 learn. So first things first, I launch my simulation. In this case, I'm going to launch a simulation that I have with the Turtlebot inside a maze. So we're going to execute, we're going to use the robot environment for Turtlebot2, and we're going to use a task environment that allows us to learn how to navigate through a maze. There we go. So basically you can launch any Turtlebot simulation and then add your own maze. So how do we use this? Well, it's really simple. So if we go to OpenAI ROS, which is this Git here, you'll get many things, but one of the things you'll get is, as you can see, is some environments, and one of them is Turtlebot2. Inside this one, you can see all the functions that you can access to. Okay, this is the environment, but for now we're not going to use this. We don't need this. The only thing that we need is the task, which is this Turtlebot2 maze, and the only thing that we need actually is the name, which is Turtlebot maze version 0. That's it. It's the only thing that we need to use our training algorithm, which could be DeepQ, TensorFlow. In this case, we're going to use the simplest one, which is QLearn, but you can use any other algorithm that you have laying around. Okay. So what are we going to do? Well, I'm going to copy paste basically the code so we go faster. I'm going to upload it. I think I'm going to upload it, or yeah, so in the example I'm going to just launch, and I'm going to create this start training launch here, new file, and let me put this here. We're going to see what's inside, which is quite simple. We XML. As you can see, we are loading a config file that we don't have, which we need to put. So I'm going to go here and go to config and create this file. Okay. Yep. There we go. And sorry. Okay. So we have this here and we have this here. So now we're using our package, which is called Turtlebot2 OpenAI ROS example, and this YAM, which has all the parameters related to QLearn and related to the different variables that we will use for this. Okay, these are the only two files that we need. Sorry, and my mistake. We need another one, which is the code, basically. So for this, we are going to we need our algorithm, which you can use any one. In my case, I'm going to use qlearn, and it's an implementation that we're using in all the examples, which was created by Victor Majorel from Robotics. So there you go. But you can use any algorithm. Perfect. And now we're going to use our start learning, okay? Which is this one. Let me do the file, and we're going to get what it's inside. There we go. Okay, we're going to talk about this now. So what's this? What do we need? So the first thing, so you can do it as, this is like an example, but you can do it any way you want. The only thing that it's important is the following. This part. This is super, super important. So, to use this Turtlebot maze version 0, which is this one that we were seeing here, which is from this package OpenAI ROS, you don't have to know how it works, you don't have to know anything. The only thing that you have to know is how to import it, which is using this, and very important, calling this, which is OpenAI ROS, which is the package, and then Turtlebot2, and the name of the file that you want to use, of the task, which is, if you go to here, then you'll get, this case, there's only one, Turtlebot2 maze for the moment. So there you go, that's it. And basically this is the only thing that you need to use Turtlebot2 and the maze task-oriented environment. The rest is basically knowing how to use OpenAI. Very basic, because as you can see, these wrappers are not really needed. It's only for logging. Here I'm loading my variables, which with your learning algorithm will be something different. The only things that are important and to use OpenAI, as you can see, is I'm getting here the action space that I need for qlearn. If you use another algorithm, you'll probably need the action space because it's reinforcement learning. This is the only thing that you need to know. So environment reset, how to reset the environment, and also how to do a step. That's it. The other stuff, it's related to the qlearn algorithm, which I won't explain. Yeah, but that's it. So basically, we have our simulation here, which you can use any simulation that uses Turtlebot and has the standard topics that Turtlebot uses. We have a simulation of Turtlebot here, so don't worry about that. And we also have a Turtlebot simulation in the public simulations, yeah, the public projects. So let's use it. So I'm going to get there we go. So I'm going to go here, source, ROS launch. How was my package called? This one. Let's see if it finds it. No, maybe I have to do ROS pack profile. ROS launch. There you go, start training. There we go, now it's working. So let's have a look, and there you go. So now I haven't written any line of code related to how to move the Turtlebot. I haven't written any code of the reinforcement learning policy, and as you can see, it reset it. It reset because in my configuration file, I've set it that if it gets very close, so not very close, but like 0.5 meters from a wall, it resets the simulation, and I consider it that it's not correct. But as you can see, I didn't code anything related to Turtlebot. Nothing, and it's already running, it's already moving, and it's learning. And it's publishing the reward that I'm getting. So all of this, I have it here. Yep, so great. Yeah, so this is how you use it. Okay, and you say, okay, but what if I want to change, let's say, the reinforcement policy? So if you go here and you go to the Turtlebot maze, it has, you can go and have a look, but basically we have some actions, which are basically 3 actions. So what if I want to do 4 actions? Where do I change it? Well, you have to do your own task environment for this maze. Also, what if I want to consider it done with another policy or the rewards, which is quite frankly what normally you have to change? Well, here comes the next step. So let's take it. So the next step, let's just stop this, and I'm going to just relaunch the simulation. Oh, let's leave it. No, let's relaunch. Okay. While it's doing this, what we have to do is, okay, where do I put my task environment? Well, put it in scripts. That's it. Very easy. So let's have a look. Here I have some examples that we'll talk about, but what I'm interested is in my Turtlebot2 maze, which is this one. So I'm going to create this new script, and inside it we are going to copy paste this code, and we're going to talk about it. So okay, what's the difference? What's the difference between the standard one? Well, it's only this, the name of the environment, the task environment that I'm using, and something else. Well, actually, yes. You have to state where are you putting it. So in this case, you're getting it from this script, which is called my Turtlebot maze py, which is here, and the class is this one. So this is something that you have to change, and you'll also have to change this, the super, because it inherits from other stuff, basically the Turtlebot environment, which we don't need. So we can use it from OpenAI ROS Turtlebot2 environment. So I don't need to know how to move the robot, how to get the sensors. I don't need that. So now with this, we can change it. So before this, yeah, how do we use it? So to use this, we need this, do something like the start Q-learning, but for our version. So we're going to call it my start Q-learning maze. So again, we put it here. We go here and we copy paste it. Okay, this is the exact same code. I copy pasted from the other one, so it's the exact same code. As you can, let me just, there we go. So this, as you can see, is the exact same code, just that we are importing the environment, the task environment, from a different place. So in the original one that we are using the OpenAI ROS code, it's like this. But in we are importing it directly from my Turtlebot2 maze, which is this one. Yeah. So we have to change just this. Just this. Also this, because we're using another package, but this is not related. So if you're not logging anything, you won't need to do this. But basically we have to put the same name as the one that we have here. Here, very important. Not this one, but this one. Yeah. Okay. Once we have this, we could do it. Well, we need one more thing, which is the launch file. So if we go here, I know I'm copy pasting, but otherwise we won't, I would have to code all this in the video, which would take like hours. Then let's create this start training maze. So there we go. And inside this one, okay, it's the exact same thing, but we're using the same YAM for the configuration file. It's just that we're using my start QLearning maze, which is this one, my start QLearning maze. That's it. So we didn't change a lot either. Okay, so let's launch it, shall we? Just for testing. So we go here and we say, okay, I want to launch this, but I want to launch my oops, sorry. Oh yeah, sorry. It's called like that. There you go. There we go. So we are using now our task environment, not the system's. But it's working exactly the same because it's the same code. Okay, perfect. So now, what if we change it? So this is the objective that we want to change. So let's just close the things that we don't need. So for example, I say, okay, I want it to have, I don't know, that only turns to the right or to the left, for example. Then I remove this, and now I have to change the number of actions. So in this case, we have 3 actions: forward, turn left, and turn right. So now we only have 2. Yeah, and the number of actions, it's loaded here. And number of actions that it's used to define the action space in the environment. Okay. Why do we do this? You have to see our course on OpenAI 101 and the OpenAI ROS course to know this, because I won't explain every detail, but basically it's something that this environment needs to be set. Okay, and this variable, it's used inside the OpenAI gym environment, the gym environment. Yeah, okay. So we've changed that. So good, that's good. And now, for example, let's see something. Let's change the rewards. So let's do something else. Yeah. So if I go here, I will add one action. That's more fun. 3, and we go here, and instead of 3 we have 4 actions now, which is turn right and backwards. So to go backwards, linear, negative, and here 0, and backwards. Okay, so what's the point? So now what we're going to do is, what if the reward, we rewarded negative, so we punish it to go backwards. So if it's like this, bloody blah, it's, sorry, there we go. If it's backwards, then we're going to give a reward which is the exact same reward as forwards, but negative. So -1 multiplied. Else, so if it turns left or right, we're going to give it the turn reward, which is lower. So we go here, and we see that the forwards reward is 5, turns is 1, and if the episode ends, then it's 200 negative. You see? So if it's done, this means that it's crashed with something, then we give it -200 points. Yeah, that's it. So let's see if this has an effect on the way it learns, and let's have a look. So as you can see, it went backwards. You see? Now it goes backwards. And now we would say, okay, let's test it time and time again to see if this policy, if this task and this reward policy, it's better than the other one, for example. And I didn't have to change a lot of code. I basically copy-paste the other one and change some stuff. And I didn't have to change anything related to the simulation, absolutely anything, and anything related to OpenAI and other systems that we use in ROS for this, like resetting the simulation and all that stuff. So fantastic. So that's it. In the description of the video, you will find a link to the complete course of OpenAI 101 and the future OpenAI ROS package course. If you like the video, please leave us a thumbs up, because it helps a lot. It motivates us to keep doing videos and more videos. And click that subscribe button if you didn't do it, because we publish videos every day about ROS related topics. And I think that's quite it. Until then, thank you and hasta la próxima.